This will be a mental health series. This is similar to something I did quite a few years ago, but no longer exists on the channel anymore. Now, when talking about mental health and stuff of that nature, I believe at least the way that I want to do it is transparency. So, quite a few disclaimers here. I am not a professional. I have never been trained. I just suffer with a hell of a lot of mental health problems slash quote unquote conditions. And I've been through a lot in my life. So, not professional, no training whatsoever. This is just me as a human being, just talking through experiences, possibly talking through, again, quote unquote, conditions. And that is it, basically. I hope through this series that I will possibly be able to work through some stuff, maybe be able to help people, maybe. But mainly it's because I'm not a professional. I guess this is a place where I can talk that is safe and will be safe for you guys. So whether you guys get in on the conversation or not, that is completely up to you, and I completely understand. But more so, this is kind of a safe place. I can express myself. You guys can express yourself. Within that, though, trigger warnings. I'm not intending to trigger anyone. I don't want that, but obviously, when talking about mental health, stuff can get quite heavy, stuff can get quite serious, as it should be with mental health. Yeah, so I'm not intending to trigger, but trigger warnings ahead. Okay, guys, ups and downs. Why am I doing a video about this? Why is this so significant? This is one of these videos where, rather than me going into a topic of here's what I think, this is a video of here's what's happening to me right now. Ups and downs. I can't remember right now because my brain is so scatterbrained right now, but I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that I have emotional personality disorder, which, in very simple terms, and the way I understand it and the way it was explained to me, basically all it means is that the chemicals in my brain don't work or work too much. We all have it, where chemicals in our brains will regulate our emotions and kind of regulate how we interpret what is going on around us or what is going on to us or what we are doing to others. And this is a very strange thing to kind of talk about as it's going on, because you guys have probably noticed that I keep on having, essentially, I keep getting really hyper and then really low. And it keeps happening. And if you can imagine, if you're on that roller coaster and it's your emotions, but also the chemicals in your brain are doing more, basically, like the actively or not actively doing their job as they should, that roller coaster suddenly becomes a lot less fun, a lot less of an fun activity that you would want to do. The roller coaster is no longer, yay, I'm going on a roller coaster. Not that rolling emotions are fun for anyone, but I'm finding it really difficult right now. And I think I this is the weird thing about me, and I say this to a lot of people, that I've hit my limit and then suddenly I'll get a burst of something and I don't know where it comes from and I don't know how I'm able to do it every single goddamn time. And I've said it with professionals I've sat down with, I've said it with friends I've sat down with, I've said it with family that I've sat down with, that it's there is something in me. And a lot of people, I guess, their first instinct is, oh, it's ego, or it's this, or it's that, or it's, and it's not, because it keeps happening. And honestly, I'd love to have moments where I give up. And I definitely have lows, and I definitely have moments where I've got less energy and stuff, but I will still push myself to the very limits, and then somehow I'll keep pushing. And again, I understand from the outside that may sound like a really cool skill to have, but when you're already running on empty, and after you've kind of come out of the thing that you've been fighting for, or you're fighting through, you're then even more drained. So you if you already started off with nothing, you somehow, or I somehow, get even lower than that. And I'm very aware of that. And I'm very aware that it's affecting everything. You guys will probably notice with the new stuff that I've recorded, like intro-wise, because I fucked up and deleted everything. They're not the same. And I don't mean because I've had to redo them, like, there's something missing in it. But I just don't have it in me to find that thing that is missing. Which, again, and this is the weird thing about all this, I know right now I can't get back what I got for those intros. But it will still sit in my head knowing all this work that I'm doing right now to redo intros the lot. I know I've got to redo all of this at some point. And that is, I've not even got to that point yet. And I'm exhausted just thinking about that. Because I will make myself do it. And I just feel like right now I'm just kind of again, I've kind of explained this to people in the past, that I just kind of go to a numb place where it's almost zombified, where I just go through motions of stuff, and I just kind of I'll lose days, weeks, and months in this state. And it's not a memory problem, it is just because I am so zombified that I just don't care about anything. And that's a very... For me, as somebody who is usually so emotional, that's quite an alien place to be. And it's quite scary place to be for me. And I get it, the screams of, Neo, just take a break for a sec if that's what you need. Well, I can't keep taking breaks. I've explained this so many times to people, and then people wonder why I get really depressed when people will kind of push that down my throat, and they'll celebrate, they'll cheer, yay, you're taking time off, and I'm like, can you not? No, this is not good for me. Because then I'm just sat there going, well, what the hell do I do? And in this kind of up and down state that I'm in right now, and the fluctuations that are happening so often, like even, sometimes minute to minute, it's it, it's very confusing, and I don't know why. And it's chemicals, like I know that, and I know certain things that can make me happy, and I know certain things that can make me sad, but it will just happen. Which is, again, it's really weird. And it's a really weird headspace to be in, especially when I'm like, okay, I know I'm in this headspace, but also there's bugger all I can do about it. They can't, like, there's not a solution to this. And when I'm saying this, yes, there's meds and the stuff of that nature, but there isn't something to cure it, if that makes sense. I can try to avoid certain situations that I know can trigger it, but then also everyday life, I can't just not deal with stuff. Like when stuff kicked off with my bank account and I got hacked, I couldn't not deal with that. And that was exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. I'm glad I got it fixed, and I'm glad that everything turned out alright. But I was exhausted. I was, and it's weird because after a situation like this, like that, people would be like, "Yay, it's done," and I'm like, "No, no, the situation is dealt with, but now I've got to somehow drag my carcass out of that situation because I am tapped out. I am done." And it's just, I am very concerned about my ups and downs right now, and that's kind of making me concerned about what I say on the channel and stuff of that nature, and videos and streaming, and then it's making me really paranoid, and that leads to other issues, and again, it's just a spiraling friggin' roller coaster. And you don't get asked if you want to come off. You're strapped in, and you just go, and you go, and you go, and you go. And I guess, yeah, I mean, I said this was just kind of a video of me talking, but I guess also this is a video of me just kind of letting people know. And I guess I'll probably send this to a few people just so then they know. But and also this has been like getting out, being like, okay, I know I've at least put the information out there, and this was kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to do these mental health videos again, because this isn't going to solve it, and I'm still, me, when I click stop and I upload and all that, it's not going to do anything to the situation, but I at least know that I've spoken about it and it's out there, and I've at least made people aware, and then if they take it whichever way, then that's on them. But yeah, that's kind of just where I'm at the minute, guys. And again, like, when I say the ups and downs, like, and people have recently, like, they've caught me in a really hyper and excited moment, and then they're like, oh, he's doing amazing. It's like, well, no. But because that's what they're seeing, and I can't, here's the messed up thing with all of this, I can't blame people for then going, well, that's what I'm seeing, and in that moment that is what I'm feeling, so I can't even say no, it's not true, because it is, but it's the roller coaster and the chemicals in my head that are making it so left, right, up, down, but just all the, like, up, down, left, right, but constantly, all at the same time. Um, I'm hoping this has made some kind of sense, because as I said, I'm very aware that I'm in it right now, which is probably not the best time to make this kind of video, but also probably kind of is, as weird as that may sound. So, yeah, maybe you've enjoyed listening to my ranting, and maybe this has helped someone understand somebody who they know who's maybe going through something similar. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, guys. Ups and downs. What the hell are you gonna do?